Hello parents, thank you for joining me today. I wanted to walk you through the process for registration. Before I get started, I want to make sure that you have a few things in front of you that will be helpful. So first, we are going to start at the Deer Creek Middle School homepage, and then registration takes place through Infinite Campus. So I'm going to go to Family Resources and navigate to Family Portal. This will take me to Jeffco's webpage for parents that have quite a few links that are helpful. And so I'm going to choose Infinite Campus and go ahead and log in as a parent. If you don't have a login, please reach out to our school and we will get you a login. The other things that are going to be helpful are the step-by-step registration directions that you received in your email. And if you scroll down to about the middle of the page, there is a link to the 7th grade Humanities Guide or the 7th grade STEM Guide. Go ahead and open those up because those are going to give course names and descriptions. You can also find those guides on our Deer Creek homepage under Academics and then the course guides. And the last thing that I want to have near me is the course selections that my own student made. And so I'm going to have them navigate to classroom.google.com. And somewhere on there, they should have a Google Classroom from Mrs. Jonas. And so they're going to click on there. And recently, under their classwork, they did a STEM or humanities registration. And if I click view assignment, I'm just logged in as a student, then their course selection guide will be here. And it's okay if they turned that in. We want a copy of that for Mrs. Jonas, but they should be able to click on that and then view their registration guide as well. So now we're going to get started, and I'm going to navigate back to campus. So this is my campus main page, and I'm going to scroll over to the menu on the left and go to where it says More. And then I'm going to choose the course registration link. And here in the upper right-hand corner, you'll find your student. And if you have more than one student at Deer Creek, please navigate to the correct student. And then once I'm on the correct student, I'm going to choose the course registration enrollments. And here's my enrollment landing page. And so we're going to go through and add a few classes. A few things to note from the directions. So during registration, students will be choosing electives for the entire year, which is 2 electives per trimester. We have 3 trimesters, so a total of 6 elective options. And then new this year, students will have a choice of their English Language Arts class topic for 3rd trimester. So they will register for that. Now, if your student is on the STEM team, you will see pre-engineering class already, it will already be registered for, so they don't have to worry about that. And then finally, if your student is in symphonic band or advanced choir, if they're interested in advanced team sports or yearbook, then the registration might look a little bit different. And so be sure to read this information here. Students will still sign up for all 6 elective classes, and then Mrs. Jonas will look at their registration card to make sure that they are either in the correct level, or if they filled out their applications and they're accepted into advanced team sports or yearbook, she'll go back in and change that. But please know every student should make sure that they are registered for that 3rd trimester ELA class and a total of 6 elective classes at the end. So the first thing I want to register for is the ELA choice for 7th grade. And this is 3rd trimester. So on the course selection guide, I can see that there are 3 choices. So I'm going to navigate to campus and I'm going to select the blue Add Course button. And then under Search Course, I can begin typing the name of that course. So in this case, it's Dystopian. And I can select the blue button and then choose to add it as a main request. Okay, if I select the Navigate Back button, I can see that that has been added. If at any time I realize that I've made a mistake, I can click on the course and then at the bottom choose Delete Request. And then navigate back. I'm going to add a course, and this time I want to make sure that I do spoken word. So I'm going to request that. So now that I've added my ELA class, it's time to start adding elective courses. So the first thing I want to do is add any year-long courses. So if students are doing either concert band or symphonic band, they're going to sign up for all 3 trimesters of concert band, and then students in symphonic band will be moved into that course as Mr. Sudano and Ms. Jonas evaluate that. Same thing for choir or orchestra. So if your student is taking a year-long course, I'm going to go to my search bar and I'm going to navigate to choir, and I want to add all 3 sections of choir. And this just means that I would have choir once a trimester for all 3 trimesters. So I need to add that. So now, depending on your program, I'm going to take a look at my students' elective choices and make sure that I add the other courses. So if a student is on STEM, they have already been pre-registered for pre-engineering. And so STEM students need to take a technology elective, a second technology elective, and a communication elective. So I would go back to campus and add that. So when I'm on this page, I can go back and make sure I get to, whoops, too far. I want to go down to the bottom and say add course, and then I can begin typing in the name of that course. If a student is on humanities, they need to make sure that they have chosen electives from these 4 pathways. And so if they did choir or band or orchestra, that will be one of their fine and performing arts. And then they need to add something from health and applied arts, communications, and languages and cultures. So again, I would navigate back to campus, choose my back button, or if I see that search bar, then I can add my next class and request that. So at the end of this, I want to make sure that I have added a total of 6 elective courses, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and English language arts. Now, if students want to take yearbook or advanced team sports, it does require an application. So they're not going to find it here. They still need to register for a total of 6 courses and 2 alternatives. So they may choose one of their alternatives to put it there, and then that will be fixed. So once I have my 6 electives and my language arts, I need to add my 2 alternatives. So again, I'm going to choose add course. And I can see down here what some of those alternate classes are. And so I am going to add this. And when I click this blue button, instead of choosing request, I'm going to choose alternate. And then it will show up in a separate section under alternates. So I have 1, and I need to add a second. And again, I'm going to make sure that I choose alternate. And then I'm going to go back and make sure that I have added an ELA, 6 sections of electives and 2 alternates, and that my course selection matches that I've hit all of the pathways required for either STEM or humanities. And then that is all I need to do, so I can log out of campus and I am ready to go. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Mrs. Jonas and we are happy to help. Thank you so much.